Hey everybody, I'm Madalyn Sklar. I am the host of the Social ROI chat over at Managed Flitter. I'm so excited because we got a little treat for you today. We're doing something a little different. We're doing like a little sneak peek before the chat. We usually do this after the chat. We're doing it before the chat. I got Joe Martin here from Adobe. Hey Joe, how you
Hey
doing?
guys.
So I wanted to have you come on and we're going to go over a couple of the questions that we're going to have on tomorrow's Twitter chat. What makes it great doing it here on Facebook Live is what I like to refer to as going beyond the 140 characters. So we get like a much broader response with some of these questions, which is a lot of fun. So before we dive in though, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm a social analytics lead at Adobe currently, and I manage a lot of the social listening and monitoring that we do at Adobe. We're always trying to improve our brand and our products, and social is a great way to do that. It's a nice supplement to a survey, provides lots of unique insights on topical things that we're tracking, like artificial intelligence and machine learning,
That's
and
cool.
really helps us to input ourselves into different conversations that are happening on social and other spheres.
That's super cool. How long have you been at Adobe?
I've been at Adobe 5 years, and
Okay.
I've been there. I finished graduate school about 7 years ago and did an MBA and worked for a small company and then went over to Adobe. And this is the second team I've been on since being there. So I've always kind of focused on analytics and data and doing a lot of thought leadership around that as well. And just enjoyed trying to still tell a story with meaningless numbers.
That's awesome. Now we met on Twitter
Yeah.
recently, and which has been awesome. So I've had you on my Twitter Smarter chat. I've been out to Adobe Summit. A lot of cool things from just connecting on Twitter. I mean, it's just such a powerful tool, I think. I may be a little biased. But I'm really excited to have you on tomorrow as our special guest on the Social ROI chat. It's a really great Twitter chat. I think you're going to love it. It's a great community of people. Now, the topic for everybody here with us, the topic tomorrow is going to be social listening. Why is it important? And oh, I'm so excited. I love social listening. That's such a great topic. So I thought for our sneak peek today, I would fire off a couple of the questions that we're going to have on tomorrow's chat, and you give us your take on it. And this would be fun because it's the live stream video version of it, pre-chat. So what do you think? Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, that sounds great to me. I'm excited.
Let's do it. Okay. I'm going to start with question number one because question number one is so good. So the question is, what is social listening and how does it differ to social monitoring?
Sure. So that's a great question. Social monitoring, I can start with that. It's really
Okay.
where you're most concerned about what people are saying about your brand. At Adobe, we have at Adobe Care, where a lot of people have customer service needs that they reach out to our company about. And then also if there's crises that need to be managed, that a lot of those pop up on Twitter first. So brand monitoring is where you're kind of getting alerts when there's a customer service issue or something you need to immediately look into so you can make sure that your brand is responsive and kept top of mind for people as a brand they want to work with and interact with. Social listening goes a little bit deeper. So it's taking those insights and aggregating them all together and trying to find a trend. So is there a trend that customers are talking about Adobe that we could use for product development? How can we use it to improve Photoshop or our Experience Cloud offerings? We're really trying to understand every way that we can improve our company and move forward with our strategy with surveys as well as social. And also, I mentioned earlier topical things. We're tracking conversations around artificial intelligence and data science and chatbots and really understanding where the trends are in future work and how not only can we insert ourselves into the conversation with some content, but also how can we use that to shape our future strategy for 5 to 10 years from now? So there's a lot of things that social listening can help the overall business, and social monitoring is very much comms focused, communications organization focused.
Yeah. When I think of monitoring and listening, I mean, I just think in very simplistic terms of like, pulling up one of my third-party tools, whether, Managed Flitter is a great tool, of course. I may be a little biased, or Hootsuite or some of these others, and do things like look at my Twitter list to see who's doing what, who's talking about what, monitoring the hashtags to see who's talking about social ROI, who's talking about Twitter Smarter, things like that. Sounds like from what you're saying is taking it to like a whole new level that is super cool. Are a lot of brands embracing this right
Yeah,
now?
definitely. It's become a growing trend. I think people are seeing the opportunity to have social conversations almost like a panel, like you would at any other big brand where you have a focus group and you can test messaging with your social panel and glean insights from them of ways that you can improve your business. And definitely there has been a trend and a lot of companies popping up that provide tools for listening and other things, and social management that can insert itself into your business.
Very cool. All right, we'll move right along because this is a very brief live stream. This is just to give people a little taste of what's coming tomorrow. I'm going to hop over to question number 3. What common opportunities are brands missing by not implementing a social listening strategy?
I think social is kind of the new age way of understanding your consumer. I think more and more people, not just millennials, not just Gen Z people, every generation is on there. So why not look for it as an opportunity to improve your business and your strategy? It's also a lot cheaper than a traditional survey. Certainly surveys aren't going to go away anytime soon. Social can be a standalone research product, and it can also supplement most of your surveys. So there's lots of ways that you can use social for more than just your marketing, but also for ways to drive your business and test messaging with people and test marketing and really get down into how you can help people along the customer journey from acquisition to retention to loyalty. Those are all things that social can help you to embrace and understand better about your customer.
Right, absolutely. I love that we just get such a nice long version of an answer here doing the live stream. Real quickly, I see that we've got Kevin here, our CEO at Managed Flitter, all the way from Sydney, Australia. He's here live with us. Hello to Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
And if you have any questions, Kevin, feel free to pop them in here and we can ask Joe. And being that we're keeping this brief, I really was just going to touch on one more question to get your thoughts. And then tomorrow on the Social ROI chat, we will dig much further in. Question number 4 is, what kind of information can social listening provide about your customers? Why is this useful?
So I think there's a lot of things that we look at, and we're always looking at people in aggregate and really understanding how a large group of people talking about Adobe are, I mentioned earlier, looking for trends of complaints. So maybe people are really frustrated with one portion of our product. Well, we can make sure that we have that on our roadmap to focus on in the future. Or maybe, there's a new trend of content around, we did a piece around the future of work a few months ago that I did some research for because it's kind of a trending topic. So we did some unique research using social listening that everybody has access to, but we found some really cool stuff around how people are a little concerned about robots taking over their jobs, but they're also excited about the time they can save. by taking away some of the mundane tasks and automating things with machine learning. So there's lots of cool things that you can put out with unique content from your own company using social listening, but also driving your roadmap for your products and your strategy and improving your content and using it as a vehicle to understand where your customers are coming from and how you can replicate the loyal ones to the ones that are new and incoming.
Right. Yeah. Really great information there, Joe. Gosh, I want to be, respectful of your time, keeping this short and brief to the point. For everybody that's watching, this is just a little taste of what Joe's going to be talking about tomorrow with the Social ROI chat, which is going to be tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. And Joe, you're like on Mountain Time, right? You're in Utah, right? Is that correct? Yeah. So for those of you in Mountain Time, that will be 4 o'clock. So I'm really excited. And for those over in Australia, it'll be in the morning, the next day. It'll be, they get to already be in tomorrow, which is super cool. Exactly. I love that. So really looking forward to this chat, Joe. This is going to be such great information to talk about. I think this is one of those topics that is just not really discussed enough, So I think people are really going to learn a lot. Okay, 8 a.m. Sydney time. I knew it was early, so I know they had a time change recently. So 8 a.m. Sydney time, for those of you watching in Australia, you can come join us tomorrow. It'll actually be Wednesday for you. 8 a.m. Wednesday. So Joe, thank you so much. If somebody wanted to reach out to you ahead of time, what's the best place for them to reach you online and on Twitter?
Yeah, definitely on Twitter at Joe D. Marty. Follow me on there. I'm real active, as Madalyn knows. We have conversations all the time. So reach out to me on there and give me a follow, and we'll talk tomorrow.
Awesome. I am so looking forward to it, Joe. Thanks for hopping on here real quick with us just to give us a little look into the chat. And we will see you tomorrow. And thank you, everybody, for watching live with us. And for those of you on the replay, we appreciate it. Feel free to pop a comment in here, and we'll keep an eye out for it and see if it's something we can respond to. And we'll see you on the chat. Thanks, Joe. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, okay, bye.
Bye, everybody.